Hi everyone, in this video we're looking at absolute value graphs, and you'll notice that we've got two lines either side of x plus 3 here, and I want to talk about what that means. So that means absolute value. So absolute value just means the distance away from 0. So say if we had the absolute value of 2, that's simply 2. But if we had the absolute value of negative 2, that would also be 2, because we're only talking about the distance from 0. We're not talking about whether or not it's negative. So when you've got something like x plus 3 and you're talking about its absolute value, for example, you might have say 5 plus 3, so that would simply be 8, but you might have, say, negative 5 plus 3, which negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2, so you're looking at the absolute value of negative 2, which is positive 2. So an absolute value always gives you a positive value. Alright, you always get a positive value for an absolute value. So that means that when we make graphs of these, they can look quite interesting because of that. Now this one here, because that negative 5 is outside of the absolute value, that means that sometimes it will go negative. Okay, but once again our calculator can help us here. So when we're talking about absolute value graphs, if we go to the option key and bring up number, which is F5, you've got this ABS function, which is absolute. And what we can do is put the absolute part of our function in there. So we've got x plus 3, and then we've got minus 5. And that's what our graph looks like, kind of like a V shape, I suppose. But we want to make sure that we get it accurate. So we want to go into our table mode. So we'll go into table mode, and we'll go from negative 6 to positive 6. And we'll put that in. Okay, so there's our table of values. So at negative 6 we're positive 2. Sorry, negative 2. Then negative 3. Negative 4. Negative 5. And then at negative 2 you notice it goes back up again. And so that's what it looks like from there onwards. Okay, now unlike a parabola, which also does this, this isn't a curve, this is a straight line. So we use a ruler to rule this in. So that way and that way. And what we have at the end here is what we call a cusp. It's a sharp corner rather than a curved corner. So it's just sort of two lines. And that's our graph x plus 3, absolute value of x plus 3 minus 5. Okay, so yeah, not a terribly difficult concept to get the idea of, but a little bit unusual and makes some interesting graphs for us. So you can have a go at some of these on exercise 4.04. Thank you.